Phoenix Down Radio is on the air. With your hosts, Klaus Nightbringer, Seyrr Chili, and Luna Vox.
I hate when a plan dies. I was trying to do something fun here and interesting, but of course now the whole thing is just ruined. All right,
it's ruined.
It's a whole Phoenix Down thing. If something isn't ruined, this is what happens when we go live, people. Welcome to Phoenix Down Radio. I am your host, Klaus Nightbringer. With me, as always, is Luna Vox. Hey, Luna.
Hi, guys. I'm finally back.
Luna is back.
Yay!
We also have a Chili,
dead.
as you can hear.
Hello, guys.
Seyrr is running a bit late. For some reason, he thought that croquettes were more important than podcasts, so boo. Anyway, we also have some special guests. Joining us this week from Gather Together, we have Rubi and Yelta. Say hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Womp womp.
Dad jokes.
Well, I don't know if you start. I think you started to hear the music, guys.
I heard it. I totally heard it.
I was totally gonna just steal your thunder, Yelta, and do your whole intro, and it was gonna be hilarious. And now it's ruined.
Ruined.
Do you still buy all the drinks like Yelta would?
Well,
The first round, anyway.
yeah. Okay, I have to read it now because otherwise I'll be disappointed. And I went into all the work, so I go, it's time to gather together. Hi there, I'm Klaus, and I'll be buying the first round as we chat about Final Fantasy. Pull up a chair and join us. On the menu tonight, Klaus gets accosted by Yelta for stealing her opener. Luna giggles in delight at the malaise, and Seyrr contemplates his life choices in joining the podcast.
I love it.
Neobari, you could say that, I guess. It was
that's the
sloppy.
new buzzword.
Yeah, but we're not going to talk about why, because we're spoiler free today, guys. Anyway, welcome to everybody who's joining us. This is episode 35 of Phoenix Down Radio, and we are here to have a good time. Did you ever make it into the building, Yelta?
Yelta's on the other chair.
I'm on the couch. See?
I don't see because you're not in the screen, which I'm not even showing. So how about I do that?
Yeah, you're not even
Yeah, I was
showing
going
the
to say,
screen.
you're not even showing the screen.
Yes. So all I see a Lulu. I see there she is. Come sit on the couch with us.
Lulu?
No, I'm talking about My Little Minion.
Oh, I was like, the fuck?
There we go. Okay.
What is that supposed to be me?
No,
What am I?
you're the drunk fat Moogle.
Yeah,
Oh,
That's not a Moogle.
Chocobo, whatever. I'm tired. Give me a break. I need more
Uh-huh.
booze.
No.
At least I'm drunk and fat. That's what's important.
Exactly. And that is the best part. So, how have you guys been since FanFest?
Fabulous.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
Good
it's
stuff.
been great. I miss FanFest, though. I miss all you guys.
Oh, that
and
was so
that
much
was
fun.
just so awesome.
Yeah, it was a blast. Like I said, I still keep going back to that. I mean, that was like the highlight of my 2000s, I think. At least this decade for sure.
Probably the best part of 2016.
it was my
Wow, that's
favorite
the
part
best.
of 2016.
Yeah, definitely in the top 5 for me.
Yeah, I must be pretty sheltered then if it's one of the really best things. So, but what have you guys been up to since then? I know you guys have been continuing the show.
Yep, we've been playing the game and doing the show, and it's been good times, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, we've really been trying to tackle all the new content. I think Yelta and I resolved at the beginning of the year to really get into Savage content. So we've been doing a lot of Savage now and are really enjoying it. You know, we kind of got over our sourpuss attitude, I think, from Gordius and creator's been entertaining, and we've made some progress on that, and look forward to more, I think, next week.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
Except Yelta's going to be somewhere else next week, I think.
I am. I'm going to be at another Final Fantasy type get together, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, KupoCon out in New Jersey, correct?
Right. Ulf and I are going out, leaving middle of next week and driving out there. So
that should be fun.
yeah.
I found out that's actually going to be in England as well.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
So the group that's putting that on is doing one over in Europe then too. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Is it this exact same group, or is it just a
Yep. They have 2 events. One's the Big Palm, that's in the U.S., and Mind the Palm in the U.K. And
Which
yeah,
I'm tempted.
are you tempted to go?
Yeah,
Where in
tempted.
the U.K. is that?
It's in London.
Oh, it is in London itself. All right. Oh, the Royal National Hotel.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sounds
That sounds
fancy.
fancy,
Right?
right?
But I understand that there's going to be a certain celebrity at KupoCon.
I think there's going to be at least one important well, it doesn't hurt that Distant Worlds is the Saturday night before. Also going to that. So Susan Calloway is going, and she's also going to KupoCon is what I heard. And then somebody who does voices for 15 is going to be there. And I can't remember who.
Yeah, I heard you talking about that on your last
Go to Google.
episode.
Yeah, I don't remember who it is. Because I still haven't played much of 15, but
Terrible. That's terrible.
I'm terrible.
But 15, I mean, that's actually been pretty fun. I mean, I know Chili's been putting a lot of time into it. It's part of his job. I'm just about to start chapter 8, and Ruby, I believe you have beat the game as well.
I did. I completed it in a couple of the extra dungeons as well, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm having fun with it, though I'm finding myself doing a lot of the side quests.
Yep, that's 15.
Yeah, it's
Enjoy that. Soak that in, because that's 15.
no, it's good. I mean, I like it and I'm enjoying it. I don't know if it's part of the completionist in me to make sure to get all of those taken care of, but it's also gives me the opportunity to kind of experience the whole bro trip kind of thing, where I just set the old Regalia on autopilot and just let it drive and just watch these guys interact, and it's a good time. I'm having fun with it.
I personally think that the bro experience, you really should soak that in, because it affects how you feel about the ending of the game. And I'll leave it at that. I think the bro trip is really pivotal, and if you don't really get into that part, I think you miss the feeling that they're trying to portray by the time you get to the end of the game.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, a lot of my friends are like, they don't like the ending. I'm like, really? It's probably one of my favorite endings of an RPG in a long time.
And Ignis is incredible.
I've done it.
The new recipe.
That's it.
I think I just like, what's the big guy? Gladio?
Gladio.
He's kind of hot. That's pretty much my feedback.
See, I feel like there's 2 camps. I feel like there's the Gladio is the hotness, and the Ignis is the hotness. And I guess you could have a Noctis as the hotness if you're into like that emo dude kind of thing. The
Hey,
dark.
Come on, there's the Prompto team too.
Yeah, I like Prompto.
Scrawny
Prompto creeps me
pale
out.
guys.
I'm sorry.
Prompto kind of creeps
Am
me
I the
out
only?
too.
Am I okay? Prompto creeps me the hell out.
I think
Prompto is try hard to me. I'm sorry.
He looks like he has a chicken neck.
he kind of
I'm just
does.
saying.
He kinda
has
does.
a chicken neck, and then he has that tuft of hair on him, so he looks like a chicken.
And he loves chocobos so much. So
Okay, see, I thought he was freaking adorable when. Okay, I just like barely got my chocobo, and he was just so adorable at that point. That's like the first time I like really bonded with any of them. He's like, chocobos, man! I'm so excited.
Yeah, it
And
was.
I'm like, oh,
Bro, me too.
No, it's.
it might be the mom thing.
But no, like I said, it's a good game. I'm glad that it's finally out, and it is, I think, living up to the hype that it was billed for.
Also, remember the DLC should be on in 2 days.
Oh yes, the time limited event that's coming to 15, the Moogle Chocobo Festival,
Yeah,
or
something like that.
the Chocobo Moogle Festival. Which way is it? I think it's
I think
Moogle
it's
Chocobo.
a Chocobo Moogle, isn't it?
Whichever,
It's
but
probably Chocomog.
It's some kind
Either
of
way.
kind of carnival kind of atmosphere that they
Yeah, you'll
that they
be
go
able
through.
to, I think it'll be where they'll be adding the fight with the director as well. Director, yeah.
Oh, is that where that's coming in?
I'm guessing, yeah.
All I know is I really don't like the outfits that come from that. If we want to talk about, the important stuff, and that's glamour, right?
Well, yeah, glamour is true endgame.
Apparently, glamour isn't true endgame in 15, though.
No, I mean, the thing that I'm noticing is the outfits, they do influence your stats, but not in a huge way. You'll get certain outfits that will enhance maybe your HP or your MP or your strength or your magic. But I mean, not in a way that's going to make or break the game. If you're trying to min-max it, yeah, you're going to want to wear certain things. But most of the time, I wear whatever I think looks decent at the time. How did you guys play it?
Oh, Ruffle Drag, you're right. The combat's okay, but the camera is absolute trash.
Yeah,
The camera.
Absolute trash.
yeah, you're right. And fishing is fun in that game, Moogle Quest. I like it.
I like the fishing. I'm like, why can't we have fishing like that in 14?
Right?
Yeah. As far as the outfits go, early on I swapped them in and out depending on like if they needed more defense or something. Late in the game, I didn't really care. It was just all about the look.
Yeah.
And I agree with everybody else. The fishing is freaking awesome in the game.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's not too complex, but it has enough nuance to make it interesting and engaging. So yeah, I think they did pretty well on a lot of that. My only concern is, I mean, the pictures. Prompto and the pictures, some of them are kind of trash.
I don't know. I told him to give me more Gladio pictures, and he did. So I'm a happy girl.
Yeah, but he
There's
only
just too
asks that
many
every
of
so
him
often.
and a chocobo. Him and a
I'll
chocobo.
never,
Those selfies.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that group picture I had just before one certain story point where he decided to take a picture, and as he did that, the plant leaf flew in the way.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that early on. That was
Yeah.
hilarious.
So you could only see two people in the group shot because everything else was blocked by a leaf. Memories.
Right?
That was a good leaf. Man.
All right.
Yeah, the only character that visible was Gladius and Iris.
The only important ones, apparently. At least that's what the Leaf thought. Anyway, moving on, continuing. All the prizes that we had slated for the review contest were given out. So congratulations to everybody who got a amount, as well as we gave away a few minions as well to some random people. So thank you very much for those reviews. And remember, reviews and ratings are how podcasts are seen in iTunes and Stitcher. So if you really want to help us out, we'd really appreciate if you can give us a real quick and honest 5-star review about how we're the best,
Isn't there a review that I was supposed to take witness to?
Oh boy. Oh boy. I got to go dig that one up. Give me just a second. Yes. Thank you for reminding me.
I haven't looked at it at all.
Okay. So
I think it's the review I'm thinking of.
He won because of it, because it was that good.
Boy.
This is from it's from Aaron Edge. You may have heard that name from LBR. They had a thing go on at that time, but he's a pretty cool guy. He listens to our show as well, and he left a review for us, and it is as such: one of the best XIV podcasts for fapping. Only issue is picking between the girl's voice, the British guy's voice to finish on. 10 of 10.
Wow.
Pretty good.
Hey, I'll take that as high praise. Come on.
I'm like,
It was a 5-star
Okay.
review, so.
Thank
Finish,
you.
Luna.
Aaron, there you go.
Does he do it for you?
I
That
need an adult.
that is her honest
I need an
reaction.
I need an adult.
hold me, Luna.
I am an adult.
I need a different adult. That touch.
Oh.
That touch must be cleansed with
Oh.
fire.
All right.
Sometimes the bad touch
Show
is
us
the
on the
best touch.
Calcabrina where he touched.
Can
All right,
I,
and that's a
okay,
show.
this-
Goodbye, folks.
Okay, little backstory on IRL Luna. I used to work in a call center for do you guys know what My Pillow is? It's one of those late night advertisements that run and they sell pillows. Basically,
I heard it's the best pillow ever.
No, it's not. It's not. Don't believe the lies.
I never called them.
I used to work call center during the night, and we would literally get guys calling in and fapping on the phone. So all you would hear was the whole entire time, and it's just
oh my goodness.
And
They're too cheap to call the real one.
We go through the spiel too with getting them the pillow and everything, and then right before they'd have to like give us their credit card number, they go, and,
oh Jesus Christ!
And then we would get people that would call back.
10 of 10
if we hung up on them, and then we'd start trolling them horribly. Like we'd all talk like in mannish voices and go like this and be like, "Oh yeah, the pillow's great, man." It was great. But yeah, that totally reminded me of that. So thank you for taking me back about 2 or 3 years.
You're welcome. All right.
I also want to buy that as well, Ruffle Dragon.
Yes, want to buy you stole my pillow.
Oh my lord.
Oh god.
Full body size? Yes, please.
Oh god.
I think Yelta wants to buy one with Gladio.
Yeah, that'd be all right.
Okay.
Lucky for you, my pillow comes in different stuffing sizes. So you can have extra
giggity
or extra firm.
Oh my lord. All about choices, right?
Speaking of things that happened.
Segue.
Yeah,
Nice.
exactly. So I kind of did a thing. Well, we all know we had a patch that just dropped this week. And
Oh my god, we did?
yeah, I know, right?
No way.
Amazing.
What?
And so I was just sitting one night and I got this idea in my head of a song that I should do. And I did it. So I'm going to now preview it and play it for everybody watching. So without further ado, here we go. Enjoy. 2 a.m. already, I was caught in the middle of a fate. I was trying to level up another job before it got too late. But the screen went black 'cause all the servers had just gone down. These are the times when I wish I'd logged out in a town. It's just the start of maintenance Monday. I wish it was Sunday, 'cause that's my fun day. My static doesn't run day. It's just another maintenance Monday. Wake up from a little sleep, feeling kind of groggy and blue. The game is down all day, how I'll handle it I haven't a clue. So I check the web and read the patch notes for a little while. Sign into the subreddit, checking out that digital style. I'm really bored on maintenance Monday. I wish it was Sunday, my free to goof around day, and not be tightly wound day. It's just another maintenance Monday. All of the days, why did I have to pick this one to take the day off? Why? Oh, why? Try to find something to make the day go fast to keep my head aloft. I'm checking out a lodestone post. Maintenance extended, longer than most. Time goes by so slow. I'm really bored. I'm stuck at home on maintenance Monday. I I wish it was Sunday, so I can have fun day. My static doesn't run day, it's just another maintenance Monday. Why can't it be Sunday? My let's have fun day. Instead it's just a maintenance Monday. So yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what came over me, but it was just one of those things. I wrote it in like 3 days, and then I recorded it last night, and yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. We'll have to probably break that out when 3.55 drops, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And Luna, we're gonna try and do a little bit more on that later, aren't we?
Yep. Once the maintenance Monday happens, we'll do something.
Yeah, we'll have to try to get something going. So and that's kind of what I've been up to this week. So, any other fun stuff you guys wanted to talk about?
Well, it looks like we finally have a Seyrr.
Wow.
No way.
Yay.
I hope the croquettes were worth it.
Oh my god, the croquettes were amazing.
They actually did look amazing.
Yeah, no, friend of mine, he's a really good cook. He's a stress baker, which is not the greatest for him, but works out great for everyone. Like the month leading up to the election, oh my god, so many cookies.
Of all different types, I would assume. Hopefully.
Yep. But yeah, no, I had a library program, went over to his place, and we made croquettes. And it took a little longer than expected, and then some idiot didn't know how to drive in the rain. Anyways, I'm here now.
Welcome.
There are people.
Yay.
Yes. All right. So let's get into a little bit of gaming community news. First, I want to start out by giving a shout out to Gamer Escape and Aetherite Radio. They just had their 100th episode this afternoon. So congrats to them on hitting that milestone. It was a great episode, guys. Really enjoyed it. I was sitting in there. I didn't win anything, so I'm a little sad. Still giving you a shout out, though, for that. But they're doing a lot of work for us and for Gather Together and for all the other podcasters because they created an FFXIV Content Creators Network. So they're going to be doing basically putting together a roundup of all the different stuff that different content creators for Final Fantasy 14 put together and posting it in one location for people to go see. So I'll have to go check that out. We'll link to that. And so you guys can see where everything is. So cool. Thank you again for doing that. We do appreciate it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Do we.
For sure. I was really excited, and the page looks nice. It's like everybody's links to everything with a little like note about what it shows about. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's like our own little personal RSS feed that we don't have to type up.
Yeah, we don't have to do shit.
Well, we have to type it and send it to him. He does all the formatting. And
well, yeah, but
maybe he has people or something that does it for him too. So
Minions, right?
yeah.
I have Ruby. He does everything for me.
I'm the minion.
I need to inquire about these minions there, Fusion. Let me know. Talk to me after the show.
Like the yellow kind and all the unfunny Facebook memes, is it?
Maybe.
I
don't know.
The same ones. That's me.
Okay.
I have one eye.
The movie was delightful, but get the fuck out of the Facebook memes. They're not funny.
We still love
That's
you,
how
Ruby.
I make my money now. Facebook memes.
I mean, I know sometimes you take a terrible job because you got to pay the bills, but you got to think about how this is going to look for
you
your
have to have
career.
standards, Ruby.
Oh my!
You have to
I don't
have
How are you
standards.
ever going to perform the bard on the big stage if you're going to be doing this?
Don't tell him. He'll leave me.
Standards? What are standards?
What are these?
Yeah, we know nothing about those things on this show, right?
Nothing.
I wasn't going to say it, but...
Well, we all know it. It's one of those unspoken things, which I just spoke, I guess. Anyway.
Way to speak it.
Yes. Speaking of other things, there was a live stream yesterday morning at, what was it, about 5 a.m. Central Time, so about 3 a.m. Pacific. Way too freaking early in the morning.
Yeah, way too damn early in the
6
day.
a.m. it was. Sorry, 6 a.m. Central, 4 a.m. Pacific. Yoshi and FoxClon went over basically all of the details of the different packaging for Stormblood. And we now know how much money we're going to have to spend in order to get all the stuff. A physical collector's edition for Windows and PS4 is going to be $200 and available only through the Square Enix store.
Also, someone will probably bought it and it'll sell out before you get a chance.
I hope that's not the case, but
You know it's gonna be.
I will
No,
be.
it goes on sale when I'm at work. Bullshit.
Well,
Bullshit.
I'm gonna hope that the mobile version is gonna work as well as it did at the Caribou when we pre-ordered the books. So, but that's gonna be going on sale. I believe it's going to be noon Pacific. Noon Pacific time on the 24th. So 2 p.m. Central Time, 3 p.m. Eastern.
That's like Tuesday for us, right?
That is Tuesday, correct.
All right.
Japan gets
The day
the
off.
sale first, then EU gets it, and then we get it, apparently. So I think that's
I'll probably just do the digital version myself.
Yep. So like it's $200 from the SE store. The digital collector's edition is only going to be $60.
Woo!
So and you can get that basically at any retailer. You can pre-order it on Amazon. I'm sure other sites as well. Regular editions, physical or digital, are going to be $40. And they came out with a new complete edition, which is basically going to be all the content, A Realm Reborn, Heaven's Word, and Stormblood, as well as all of the collector's edition items for $100.
I
That's
do
not a bad
appreciate
deal.
that they renamed it to the starter edition to kind of demonstrate that, this is the first one.
No, that's a different one. The complete edition is what I was just talking about. The starter edition
Sorry.
is the renamed base version, A Realm Reborn. So it's only
because
the 2.0 content.
At
Which-
this point, anyone who's joining probably didn't know about the whole 1.0 thing, and so the whole Realm Reborn thing does not make as much sense to them.
Huh. Yeah.
But I did notice in one of the slides, they did say that Stormblood will include Heaven's Word.
That's great. I know a lot of people who play other MMOs like WoW and whatnot were really like, really, you're going to make me buy the main game and then 2 expansions to be current.
So
I think it was a wise choice on their point.
So really, it's only going to cost them $60 to get all 3 editions.
So which one of these has the jump potion?
None of them yet.
None of them.
That is going to be coming out.
That's post
after.
Heaven or post Stormblood. They said that would come out after, and
Yes.
it would only bring you up to Stormbloods. I think, right?
It would basically, you could bypass the story content and potentially jump up to level 60.
And that's 2 different potions, is the way they described it.
Right.
Yeah, one for level and one for story.
Correct.
Right.
Huh.
So that the level 1 would also have use if, for instance, you're an experienced player who wants to start playing another job but does not necessarily have the time for the massive slog all the way to 60, 70, whatever the hell it's going to be at that point.
And they'll probably include it in a nice little package that'll allow you to buy them both with probably a ton of Fantasias and some other things as well. So they did specify there will be a digital upgrade to the collector's edition available. They didn't specify the price, but I'm guessing $20 like it has been in the past.
I think this is the first time I'm not bothered with their collector's edition.
But it's got Final Fantasy V references. How could you skip 5?
Because the price of I might get the digital, but the actual physical one is what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that, but the quality of that statue is actually pretty high.
I don't even have a place to put a freaking statue.
I don't care about the statue. I need that map.
The map, yes, definitely.
I know. And there's so many people who are like, who cares about cloth maps? And I'm like, shut up.
Autographs.
Don't
Yeah.
make me feel old.
Yeah.
Fusion saying I can't not have a Xenos to put next to Odin. And what I was going to say is I believe that the quality of the Xenos is going to be close to what the Odin was. They say it's supposed to be the like the masterwork style. I don't think they didn't specify that it was like Static Arts Kai, but it's probably gonna be pretty damn good. Better
The
than
difference is, though, it's
A lot of
not a
people were
statue that I
let
care
down
about.
by. Go ahead.
Go ahead,
carry
Charlie.
on. I said it's not really a statue I would care about, though. No matter how good the quality is, I'd rather have a character that's already in the story that we know about.
Yeah, same here.
I get that
that's
point
not
too.
attached to this guy.
Yeah, I get that point, but and yeah, I was gonna just say the same thing, Raffle Dragoon. It's gonna be better quality than the Midgard Sormer statue that we got in the Heavensward one.
That's still in its box.
Mine's
that
out.
was not awesome. I don't know.
Mine stays on the stand, but just not where it's supposed to. So it is what it is. And they also announced the pre-order bonuses. There's going to be a Red Mage minion, which I have to have in my life. They're going to be Alamegan earrings and early access.
Yeah, well,
Gotta
early
have the
crash
early access.
Yep. And they specified early access will be starting June 16th at 2 a.m. tentatively. So it gives you a chance. So I need to take Friday off. I need to take Monday off. I need to take Tuesday off.
I took Friday and the whole next week.
Take
I
the
did.
week.
I was like, I took Friday and the whole next week. I'm like, I did it for Heaven's Word, and I don't regret it.
Well, I'm not going to have that much
down
time. I'm not going to have that much.
Yeah.
Because I'm also taking a day off so I can go to Detour.
That's true.
I need more time.
I get a ridiculous amount of time off, so I guess I need to calm down. I'm spoiled.
You can give some to me.
I would donate 5 of my days off to you.
That'd be nice.
If I could.
I've got to do something different than I did for Heaven's Word because something happened. I don't remember what the circumstance was, but Sin and I were gone for 2 weeks, or there was some kind of 2-week gap. We went on vacation, something. And when we got
a wedding
into,
or something?
it was a wedding. I think we went to a wedding. But when we got back, we were already almost 2 weeks behind of everybody from Heaven's Word, and we were pissed. I mean, it was like we couldn't catch up, is what it felt like for like
cranky.
a month.
Yeah.
Oh, it was horrible.
Well,
so that's not happening.
Seyrr and I were we were 60 before early access even ended.
Yeah, I was pretty much done before early access ended. So
Yeah, so I'm figuring I'd probably be all right to only just take early access off. Personally,
you crazy
but
people. Why don't you enjoy it?
I enjoyed every minute of it. But then again, we also wanted to.
World first.
I watched every cutscene.
Mhm.
I enjoyed every quest. I just had tons of time to do it. So, just because you get done fast does not mean you rush the content.
I'm gonna write all the guides for
No,
Blood.
it makes me crabby because every time someone is like, man, that storyline was short, and they're like, you shouldn't have rushed the content. And I'm like, bitch, I watched every cutscene. I read every line of text and enjoyed it. I also did crafting and gathering, but I'm still done.
Did
Did
you help every single Moogle in the Churning Mists?
Yes, and I loved it. And people, I didn't have an issue with that.
You still slap that Moogle on the Moogle quest.
And enjoy it.
I still
We all
slap
did.
that Moogle once a week and enjoy it. Yeah.
Giggity.
That Moogle was being a sassy pants. He deserved it.
All right.
I'll be rushing through it so I can get the review done.
Yeah. Well, you've got
Not
a reason
complain,
to. You get to work to do it. Come on. You get paid.
Yeah, you
for
get
that.
paid to do it, so
Anyway, also announced during that stream were some pre-orders for some more items on the Square Enix store. They showed a third art book that's coming soon, and a minion. It looked like it was going to be a mini Nidhogg or Hraelsvagar.
Hraelsvagar, I believe.
Yeah, it looked purplish on the stream, and I tried to see if I could find more information on it, but it was one of those two.
I saw tweets and it looks like a weird chibi Hraelsvagar. It's
Exactly.
very weird.
Yeah, it was
It's
cute,
very
and
weird.
I need it. I gotta have it.
I need it. I need all the things.
Well, I love the art books. I've got the other two, so I gotta have this one as well. That Baby Behemoth plush that they announced is available for pre-order right now for $35. It includes an in-game plush housing item. I'm contemplating pre-ordering that as well because that is just adorable. It was my favorite minion that we got with the collector's edition.
Oh yeah, that was one of my favorite minions.
And then the one that a lot of people on Facebook are talking about, the sitting Nanamo Ulnamo figurine.
Oh my god, where's that? I want that.
You haven't seen that?
No, actually,
Oh my god, it's cute as hell. I was wondering if that was a Japanese only thing. But
Nope, it's for pre-order.
available.
It's a pre-order right now.
Oh my god!
$35
boy.
for both of those.
Fuck!
So the
I'm not
Square
made
Enix-
of money.
Should come with their own goblet.
And Square Enix, I do take. You can send me the money in a check. So for selling all this stuff for you guys.
Oh, come on. Nanamo sells herself.
Her arms move. I don't know if you guys caught that in the stream, but her arms do reposition. But
Her
otherwise,
arms and legs can be adjusted for Subtle posy.
No, the legs don't
Probably a
move.
sex thing for most of you.
Behave, Seyrr.
Oh, come on, I'm just being realistic.
Do you know
about
where
them.
we are, Klaus? Saying to behave.
You're not wrong.
I know. I'm not.
Also, to talk about the community stuff, I did post a Twitter poll a few days ago asking what people thought about the patch 3.5, and we got 21 votes on that. 14% of people said it's okay. 48% of people said I'm totally loving it. 38% hadn't gotten to play yet. Nobody thought it was ho-hum though.
Well, I always think like a week and a half, 2 weeks after something, I'm like, you haven't gotten to play it yet. But, honestly, my husband has not been able to play it yet. He's on the road.
Yeah.
So I have to rein myself back sometimes and be like, not everyone has the time and game access you do, Yelta.
Yeah, I have not taken a single step into the new MSQ. I'm doing as best a job I can to not see anything and spoil myself about it, but it's just been kind of nonstop this week.
Are you going to have any issue if we talk about our impressions of what we've seen so far without spoiling anything?
I might go read a book or something for that in a bit.
No, that's fine. I mean, go ahead.
I'm just going to add on the Excalibur server right now, there's some asshole on my friends list standing, where in Idleshire where y'all pose and show off your ponies. Yep. He's standing there AFK with the title that's super fucking spoilery.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, that is not cool.
I am so glad someone warned me about that. Like,
turn titles off. Koji Fox, he apologized fucking profusely by the way. Yeah. He was like, I am so sorry. That won't happen again. Yeah, and I understand I can't make it better for those people already spoiled. But, he gets it.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how much he loves and cares about the story. That just has to be ripping him up.
Yeah, I was actually going to mention that, but Yelta beat me to the punch.
Good job, Yelta. Now finish him.
Go read your book, Seyrr. Go read your book.
Go read your book and I'll pull out his spine.
Awesome.
Can you reach that high?
Oh,
I'm the fucking warrior of light.
You can stand on my shoulders.
No. I'm the warrior of light.
Every time you make a comment like that, it's just gonna get worse. There's gonna be a bit where she switches to white mage to revive you to murder you again.
You're probably not wrong.
If you want to reach some tall books, you can just stand on my shoulders. Be fine.
Anyway,
teamwork.
We'll
teamwork.
Pay attention to the chat then. We'll message you when we're finishing up.
Sounds good. Enjoy, you crazy kids.
Because, like I said, we've got a special surprise for everybody. Another one, a good one, hopefully. After we talk about this, so let's go right into that. What are your guys' thoughts of patch 3.5? Just overall.
All I'm saying is the first quest was my favorite quest in the whole thing. That's it.
I'm going to start with patch 3.5 is same old. So honestly, it totally fits the structure of the game, and some of us find it just disappointing. But it did it well, right? So the story was decent. The side quests were decent. It's the same gear treadmill, the same upgrade system, whatnot.
I'll echo Yelta's sentiment, because if you were expecting something other than the pattern for a 0.5 patch, you would be mistaken, because it's the same as every 0.5 patch. We've got lots of quality of life adjustments, which are fantastic. Love it. The party finder thing is awesome,
which we're going to take advantage of coming soon.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's great.
And then you've got your normal story, although they're splitting it up a little bit differently than they did for 2.5 and 2.55. It's the same paradigm that you expected. It's the same catch-up patch, so you've got your Crystal Tower / Void Arc, whatever.
24-man.
It's the same. It's all the same. So those that were expecting something incredible to come out of this, you were expecting a little too much.
Well, and we had someone in our free company chat in free company chat, and then I get on Twitter about 3.5. You didn't entertain me by, and I'm like, well, what did you expect? This is exactly what you would have if I had written down 2 weeks ago what 3.55 or 3.5 will give you. This is the list.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the game. I have decided to accept what the game is, not what I want it to be. I will still occasionally bitch about what I want it to be, but this patch fulfilled the normal stuff it should fulfill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, honestly, all we're missing is the Diadem 2.0 at this point, which I
Yeah.
am looking forward to, and I hope we're not falling into the same trap as we did for Diadem 1.0, but we'll see when that happens. But I think that's really the only missing piece that will actually bring some life. I don't know if it'll be enough life to keep everybody 100% happy up until June, the launch date for Stormblood, but
well, we're getting we're getting 3.55, which is one patch, and then we're also getting 3.56 in March. So there's going to be more coming. So I'm assuming that the main storyline was really short because I think they're setting us up to give us the big finish, and that's what they did in 2.55. Right? They're like,
that was a lot of cutscene, a long storyline.
They told us, go pee, it's going to be long.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
So, I'm expecting, and they better deliver, because I felt like they're like, you're going to know this shit in this patch or whatever. And it's like, I'm not sure I'm 100% clear. Some things are easy to guess. Some things are still mysterious, and I still am unsure about other things. Oh, and by the way, chat, yes, you're talking about Garo gear, and that shit was confusing, but we'll segue to that later.
Yeah. Now, Yoshida did say in the past that the type of content we're going to be getting in the 3.x series was not going to change. It was always going to be the two dungeons, some sort of raid, whether it's the Savage or the 24-man, some side quests, a primal, and then rinse and repeat. He specified that in the past. Where I think the change is going to come in is going to be in 4.0, where we're going to maybe get some different types of content.
Much change. So yeah, there wasn't even any accuracy changes. I've heard people saying like, "What's my accuracy supposed to be now?" There's no change.
It has been
that's
patches
4.0.
and patches since we've needed accuracy buffs.
Don't even get me started on accuracy and healing.
Well, see, I still maintain they should make cleric stance give you an accuracy buff.
Yeah.
Call it a day.
I mean, that's what they did with the tank stances.
Yeah, just to be like, I'm gonna DPS now. Okay, you have the accuracy to do so. It's so fucking logical.
Like,
I don't understand.
Seriously, I was A1S farming earlier for Relic, and oh my freaking god, it was like broil, miss, broil, miss, broil. Oh, look, it hit, broil, miss. God fucking damn it!
It blows. I hope they listen to us for 4.0. There's something in it because they're changing everything.
Well, they did say at FanFest that they will be making changes to the way accuracy is handled.
That's right.
Well, I would actually, now don't get me wrong, healers that want a DPS, but I honestly wish they would give us fights that need fucking healing.
Are you so silly?
Well, doesn't Zervan have some checks that require that?
It's got some checks that are, well, I mean, yeah, obviously there are healer checks, but it also has some like healers have to know what's over their head and act accordingly. So there's some healer challenges within it, but I wouldn't look to Zervan for being like the ultimate in difficulty.
I was just curious.
I think once you know the dance, you know the dance.
That's the one piece that I haven't set foot in yet is Zervan Extreme. So
plus a lot of the big checks I heard you can pretty much skip if you got enough DPS.
Yeah, if your DP has enough, you can skip two major things, and it's my understanding the fight becomes trivial if you do enough DPS to skip two phases.
I do appreciate that Yoshida built into it that it rewards those that's DPS is high enough that they can skip some BS and get to the heart of it. That part's nice.
And not just kill you. That's what bothers me about some of the older fights where I can DPS too hard and just freaking wipe.
Leviathan.
Hell,
Right.
even with
They're
A1S, we
free.
kept screwing that up because we kept having we kept killing the first one too fast, and we couldn't kill the second one because it's like 20%.
Well,
They
that's
just instantly
Yeah.
explode.
that's also the fault of the DPS for not switching necessarily too.
Yeah, well, yes, but you take something like Leviathan where you have to. Okay, so if it's not that bad, if it's extreme, you can like pause a couple times, or actually a better example is, what's his electricalness with the beard?
Ramus.
Thank you, Ramu. So you get punished hard if you don't switch to the ads. That's fine.
Mhm.
But there are some fights like Leviathan where basically a DPS just fucking does Mog Dance for 30 seconds because they can't do anything. You can't switch to a ad, you can't do anything else, but if I take any fucking useful action, we wipe.
Yeah, because the shield hasn't built back up yet or whatever. So you should be able to just push him down and kill him beyond that point.
But Nairobi is correct where Zervan's like, at this point, several days after the patch, people are like, skip the first phase or we leave. And I hated that about Bismarck, where people were like, either kill the shell on the first jump or you can't win. That's not true. You can still do it easily.
Yeah, they just didn't want to have to sit through and do that because they thought the DPS was too low because of that. So anyway, let's move on. From
real
that,
quick.
though.
One of the funnier excuses I've been getting in raids when somebody messes up mechanics though is, "Oh, I'm used to DPS being so high that it skips this mechanic."
Yeah, that's not a good one to have. So,
No, learning parties.
So yeah, we've got the same type of content in 3.5 as we got in 3.4, 3, 2, yada, yada, yada. But let's talk about the actual content that we did get and what we thought of how it was handled. Let's start with the dungeons and the fights. We the first one we get as a part, at least the easiest one that I found to unlock was Somal Hard.
It was such a fucking snooze fest. I did it on autopilot, half asleep. I am very disappointed in that dungeon.
Yeah,
That's the
you
easy
and me
one.
both.
Mhm.
I didn't mind it. My
was my
disappointment on it
favorite.
was the lazy naming of the final boss.
You mean the greatest named enemy ever?
And that-
the one
but that's
that
all I'm
was
gonna
named
say.
in prophecies. Lava Scorpion.
You spoiled it.
I can only say his name. It is the only way to praise Lord Lava Scorpion.
Chili. He's spoiling all the things.
Lava Scorpion.
I like the music though.
Oh, that 1.0 music is boss.
No, music's great, but I
wish
honestly,
they would name it right at the end because that's not the correct title.
Yeah, that's not correct.
Again.
Uh-huh. No, Samal isn't my favorite dungeon to begin with, and then Samal Hard was worse. Which
Yeah.
I am so disappointed.
But Bulbasaur.
The Chichus.
Okay,
yeah.
Bulbasaur.
And Godzilla.
I chuckle every time we get to Bulbasaur, but yeah.
Did you notice the second boss lights up when he does flamethrower?
Oh,
He is
yeah.
Godzilla.
Yeah. But still, who cares? And there's nothing in it. I am still so butthurt about there's nothing in a brand fucking new dungeon that's an upgrade. That's still bothering me.
Okay. How about the story mode, the storyline dungeon, Belsar's Wall?
I liked that.
Oh, boy.
I especially
Love it.
loved the last boss. The last boss was hard enough to wipe a couple times.
Yeah. I liked the new mechanics that came with that one.
Would you play Sloppy?
Slap it.
Somebody want to reach through and slap him.
Please.
He'd like
I'm
that.
into it.
It felt like a mini Castrum to me. You know, like a mini Castrum Meridanium.
Totally.
Had that same feel.
It felt like Castrum hard mode.
I love that it was in the Gordania zones. I liked
Ooh.
that.
Well, and on top of that, I love the music, which I
Oh,
want
by
to
the way-
highlight. The music to that is obviously a mix of Gridania's theme, the Black Shroud theme, but it's a mix of something else, and I'm hoping that's a little telltale of what maybe Gear Albania's music is going to sound like. There's kind of a beat.
Yeah,
A
It might also be
there's something
Empire
different,
music.
yeah.
Could be. I'm hoping it's a foreshadowing though.
But I mean, yeah, the music flowed really nice with the fights. And like I said, there were some interesting mechanics with the different bosses, last boss especially. not a very difficult dungeon, but like I said, I didn't have a problem with either dungeon, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Well, I think Samal was just boring in general.
For sure. It was I felt like Samal was dialed in. But then again, I am very disappointed in the difficulty of all of our normal dungeons because honestly, so you do the storyline solo shit, you do the normal mode dungeons, which do not in any way self-reform prepare you for anything beyond that. And that's what really bothers me.
Okay. Well, let's move on then. Let's talk a little bit about our 24-man raid. Dune Sky.
I haven't done this yet.
Yeah,
I haven't either, Luna.
Oh my god, guys, it's so good. It's music is good, the graphics are good, the environment is good. The fights, when you go in for the first time, they kick your ass. I am so happy that I joined a party that was willing to suffer through wipes. And we wiped, man. We wiped as we learned. It was the first day clear, and we were wiping and learning. And I honestly cannot wait to get back in.
We literally cleared with 5 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Wow.
We wiped on, I think, almost every boss. Many times on certain bosses.
My run, we kind of wiped once every time and then cleared the second time. It was strange that we had that pattern.
No,
even when we were about to win, we wiped and then.
No, we had a guy in our party that, and he all his accessories broke. He couldn't repair them, and he wouldn't leave. We ended up having to kick him because he was holding us back.
Yeah.
And then other people left another party. Once we replaced everybody, things went a lot smoother. But I mean, we still wiped a couple of times on the next couple of bosses. But with that being said, I liked that they brought the difficulty on this one. It's like a whole dungeon of Ozma.
So here's a question as someone who hasn't done this raid yet. Do you think Square Enix, the 14 division, listened to us finally saying we want this difficult content?
God, I hope so.
Well, I feel like they really listened to us the first time with Weeping City when they didn't fucking nerf it. Because we ran that shit and we wiped and people complained and bitched and moaned.
The first day they said, nerf Ozma.
Yeah. No, they were all over that shit and they refused to do it. So I feel like, So I complained about normal dungeon modes and hard dungeon modes being too easy. I feel like this right now is the right balance for a 24-man.
Do you think this makes up for the easy dungeons that we're getting?
I don't know. Okay, I don't know about makes up for, but I finally came to a realization that the 2 dungeons are only for farming tomes. They're for people who want to log in for 45 minutes 3 times a week.
And do their expert?
Right.
And then not play for a month before.
Right, yeah. So I'm only farming the most recent tombstone. And I feel like my only issue, honestly, with the 24-mans is I feel like they're at the wrong... Ruby and I talked about this before. They're at the wrong positioning in the entire schedule. I feel like they should be the footstep, not the backstep. So some of us who are like already outgeared by something in a couple slots are like, well, why should I step back and do that 24-man? I feel like that should come out sooner.
Okay.
So, but anyway, I thought it was I really respect them for not nerfing the fuck out of it, because honestly, you can wipe a lot. You can wipe so much. 3 entire parties of wiping and still clear it and get upgrades. So that's great.
Like I said, I thought it was well done. I like the fact that at least for 2 of the 3 dungeons, and I suppose even Void Ark, when it started, had some difficulty with Kuklin and some of those other bosses, but it's definitely a step up in difficulty for this tier of the 24-man versus the Crystal Tower.
So I have another question then, kind of just as far as something goes. With the Shire gear, I heard that you can upgrade that with tokens. with this dungeon, is it like with Weeping City that you go in there, get the Maki farthing or whatever?
Yep, you auto
Yeah.
get one. You
One
auto
week.
get one item. So the first week I did Dunskath or however you pronounce it. So that week I was able to upgrade my body piece. So but you need one drop from each. So I hope you have been farming the other stuff.
Yeah,
Nope. Looks like I'm going back to do that.
I've got lots of pennies and farthings, so
Yeah,
So it's like the
I
old
have.
Crystal Tower.
Yeah, well, and I don't know why, but maybe I remember it wrong. I feel like this is better. There's not a weekly run all three. It's
Yeah.
just if you have the item from already having done 1 and 2, run 3 and profit.
yep. And then if you run out of one, go back to that one, run that one and 3. Yep. So you don't have to run all 3 at once. You don't have to run Void Ark,
Dune Sky.
Weeping City, and Dune Sky.
Okay. Huh. Interesting.
And then probably one. I know Yelta has gone in there. Chili, have you gone into Zervon Extreme?
No, I haven't tried it yet. I've been too busy with the other content. By the way, before we leave the raid, I did have one funny
Yes.
wipe where nobody paid attention to the ice mechanic and everyone but 2 of us fell off.
Oh yeah.
Ice mechanic
Alliance.
is real.
Yes, it's fun. I like it.
Oh no, it's good. If everyone's on the same page, it's not bad.
No, it's. I thought it was a well-designed fight. All of it. We'll talk more in depth about it next week when we take the spoiler tags. Just take the spoiler free to alert off. So
That scene I saw on the first run where everyone did, it's just too memorable.
all right. So Zervon. There was a glitch that was patched or something that was an issue.
I don't know if it was patched, but I'm gonna tell all. I queued up, or I joined a party finder, cross data center party finder. Thank you all. And it was brand new players. Let's learn this fight. Prepare to die tons of times and laugh about it. This is the party for me, right? So I joined it, and we got in there, and we like wiped a couple times and learned and adjusted, and we all chatted, and then we cleared it. We fucking cleared it in like 3 minutes, and we're like, that can't be right, right?
Something's
No.
a little fishy.
And we're like, okay, I'm like, okay, that was a bug, but I don't feel good about it. I cleared it. I don't feel good about it. We're like, okay, well, let's go back in. This bug can't happen again. And we wiped a couple more times, and we're learning and happy and joyful. And then we cleared it again. Because it's like at some point, the boss just like took massive freaking damage, and we burned him down to nothing, skipped everything. So I cleared it twice. And I'm like, I don't know, guys. And we're all chatting about some people were like, ha ha ha, quick, let's farm it before they fix it. And other people were like, I don't know, guys, I don't trust you, and leaving party. And I'm like, eventually I left. I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but I want to learn it. So I've actually cleared it twice, but I don't know anything after ads. Right? So I have the totems. I can prove I've cleared it. I won't give you a first time bonus. And so then I quick went to our line chat to our free company. I'm like, guys, by the way, this fight is bugged. You can clear it super fast. Prepare for people who don't know what the fuck they're doing, because it doesn't happen every time. And then like the next day I read on forums and Reddit and whatever, and they're like showing a video of some ninja that's like using some ability that doesn't actually show up, and then all of a sudden the boss has debuffs. So there's some fucking hack that's like lets you clear it easily, and it's like I don't want that, guys.
Oh, it sounds like the I know what's going on here. It sounds like the glitch that's happening with PvP where people are bringing in Pomodors.
You
No,
can
no,
use
no.
commanders.
It's the same guy who's been shown in multiple videos. He's a ninja. I don't remember. I don't think he was in my party, but I don't remember, right? Who joins cross data center or party finders and remembers people's names? But yeah, and someone even made some joke about we need more ninjas. He.
Well, hopefully that they patched that out with the emergency maintenance they did earlier this week.
Yeah, I spent half of today after fixing my computer trying to get into learning parties, and yeah.
I've heard though that it's more difficult than Sophia.
There's a dance. I mean, and it's not just count. It's more than just count.
I feel like it's more like Separat, but I don't feel like it's really that hard.
Okay.
Now you have to name colors instead of counting.
Very true.
And tethers.
Yeah, see, tethers give me horrible flashbacks. Ruby knows.
It's got that turn 11 feel with tethers and spinning around the boss and getting
towers. No.
But it sounds like the tethers are only like 2 sets of tethers. You 2 plus signs and just go where you're assigned. Whatever. It doesn't sound that hard. I've not seen the tether yet. Legit.
That's about it.
Okay. Well, I'll be jumping in there soon, I'm sure. But I still need to clear Nidhogg and Sophia. So.
Oh my God!
We'll be doing that very soon.
Yep.
By the way, we talked earlier before we were recording, and I'm like, I'm so happy for the data center wide party finders.
I know.
We talked about this a little bit before, but it's like, I can create a party and you can join it, and we're in different servers.
Yeah, it's gonna be
and
fun.
I can put a password in.
Yeah, I still need to beat Forda, Nidhogg, Sephiroth.
It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No. Did you not know? Did you not get the memo? All those passwords are 6969.
Oh.
No, it's true.
Oh, baby.
I'm not lying. It's really a thing. Google it.
Probably.
I thought the password was going to be 2666.
Are you just evil?
I'm a Lala.
Yeah, anyway, so let's talk a little bit about what we thought of the different storylines. So we talked a little bit about the main storyline. There wasn't much to it, but what we got I thought it was pretty powerful.
It's good.
Yeah.
It was good.
It was good. It was short,
was expected
though.
in a way too.
And it was predictable. I'm a little sad they did not. I don't know. The weeks coming up to the patch, people are like, well, if you remember doing this quest in Quarrymill, you would know that this person. And I'm like, oh my God, that would be epic if that's really who it was, because blah, blah, blah. And then it turned out to be someone very predictable. And I'm like, cry.
But no, we're not going to spoil it. We're just saying it's a thing.
No spoilers.
There are no spoilers.
No
Do not worry.
Warring Triad. That one had another interesting twist.
Yeah.
I love that you found out the thing about
The thing?
guy.
Yeah, the thing and the stuff.
This is the biggest freaking review ever, and I love it.
It's like, no spoilers. But
The thing about the guy and the stuff and the place. And then
And the peoples and the mods.
I totally wanted to tweet Ruby or send him a message. I want to be like, Ruby, we actually find out about this guy, and his thing is this thing.
Okay. There you go.
His thing is this thing.
It's the
It was
thing.
good. I actually liked that story a little bit better than I liked some of the main story quest parts. I thought it was more impactful, maybe because it was a little shorter, more condensed, but I thought it was more impactful.
But I have to say this. Most of the time when you get in a cutscene and your duty pops, if you were to accept your duty, you would go back to where you could, restart the story, the cutscene. There's one scene in this one that you cannot get out of.
Oh yeah, no.
So I ended up having to skip that, and it made me mad because I missed the thing. I ended up being able to find it on YouTube and watched it then, but still, be careful. Don't be in the middle of a party finder or duty finder when you're doing that quest. Little PSA for you.
Yeah, don't do it.
Otherwise, you might have to skip the cutscene, and it's pretty epic.
And I had some interesting thoughts about one of the protagonists that I can't share this week, but it's interesting in my mind. Soon.
All right. The Shadows of Mach storyline.
Haven't done it yet, so
It had a decent ending, I thought, but definitely wasn't as notable or memorable as the previous two, Warring Triad and the main story. But it wasn't bad. Sound about right?
I haven't finished.
Oh,
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Okay, who finished the Beast Tribe quest?
I did. I just did it right before this.
It was interesting. I'm sad that there wasn't more to do in it.
I liked it. I really liked the backstory on it and everything.
Yeah, somebody comes back. That's all I'm saying. And you deal with that, but there's not really much to do except go here, watch scene, go here, watch scene, go here, watch scene.
Is dancing involved?
Of course.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Okay. All right.
No, Luna. Spoilers.
No, it's not.
Spoilers.
Everyone knows. It's not. Really?
I'm kidding. Go ahead. Yes, you get a new dance.
You can't see my awesome dance, but
He'll be able to see it in a minute. It's kind of funny how they decide to go that route. So you get to learn how the dance gets created. You actually get a hand in it. So it's kind of cool. Hildy and Scholasticate, I haven't touched yet.
haven't done Hildy yet.
I did Hildy.
Did you needed to get the glasses, didn't you?
Okay, so Seyr's still muted.
I believe so.
Okay, as long as Seyrr can't hear me, but I literally skipped every single cutscene and every single thing of dialogue just so I could get the emote.
That's the
Just so I can get the emote. I have no idea what happened. I have no idea of any kind of context in it. I went solely for the emote.
I've heard that the Hildebrand quests are good, but like I said, I have not done them yet. I plan on doing them soon. I didn't do the previous ones either, so I'm gonna have a nice longer set to do. So
yeah, you probably were smart to do it that way, just so you could have a longer chain. Because broken up, you tend to forget. Like I was like, who was what? Oh yeah, it was those people.
All right. Some other stuff we really like the cross server party finder, and holy hell are there party finders out there now.
Oh yeah,
It's
I
beautiful.
love it.
It is. It's great. We went from like 10 to like 100.
Like
we went
how
from
many?
2 to 100.
There's 91 on there right now. 91.
Relic, not bad.
Yay.
I kind of like it.
2 people here have finished it already.
I still
you
need
finished
Umbrite.
Chili
Or
and
no, you were
Yelta.
farming with me.
Chili and Yelta have already finished it.
Damn.
Chili, how many A1S runs?
168 or 170
106.
roughly.
So
Fifta.
prepare to kill the Obliterator a few thousand times.
Obliterate the obliterator.
I must have got really lucky then earlier because I started farming right when the bonus started.
Yeah.
And I got that 2 hours in.
So
I didn't get any bonus windows when I was doing it.
Oh, you poor man. Yeah. I'm how many in? I'm 39 in and I'm halfway done.
Yeah.
So there's a light tome grind involved where you need to buy 15 Numite ores, which you can either buy with 200 lore, 200 poetics, or 4,000 Grand Company seals each.
And you can also get them from treasure maps.
Okay. I was capped out on lore and had most of a decent chunk of poetics, so I bought 13 right away. So and then farmed a little bit more and bought the last 2.
I was capped on both lore and poetic, so I kind of just bought them all.
Well, have you been doing some other farming though too?
No, I bought all 15 with lore and poetic.
No, I mean,
it's only...
Where did you find out that they're in the maps, or just read it?
I just read it online.
Gotcha. I thought maybe you found
It's from like dragon skin maps.
them. Okay.
I still haven't done maps since 3.55. I don't know.
Yeah,
same
my
here.
mates, we were planning to, but then everyone kind of disappeared. Like, we'll run them. And like, I bought them, and then nobody logged on. I'm like, oh.
But the light farms are back, people. For those of you who remember the step back in the 2.x storyline, we had to go through and farm a whole bunch of different duties and instances to gather light, and we have to do the exact same thing here.
And A1S is not that scary.
No, it's literally a face roll. Even if you have moderate
it's the
DPS,
same as
you can
A1.
do it.
It's the same as A1. Let's be honest.
If you're going in with high eye level, yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah. You'll get done in 3 minutes, and then that's it.
So basically, you need to fill up 10 runes with ethereal energy from high-level duties such as Alex Savage, Extreme Primals, Newer Dungeons, Shadows of Mox series, etc., etc. The ranks of etheric condensation are in order of worst to best: vague, meager, vigorous, robust, which is what A1S will give you on a normal time, sturdy, hardened, stalwart, and you'll get a final message when you complete it: nigh unyielding. And they do have rolling bonuses and 2-hour windows where different content will have a bonus. So it'll go from, say, robust to sturdy, or hardened to stalwart, or vague to meager. So you'll get more bang for your buck on during those bonus times.
I lucked out. I got so much stalwart.
What were you doing that got you that?
A1S.
Oh, really? So
Just-
it jumped
really?
it jumped up that high? That's
I get
3
some
steps.
robust. Yeah. No, well, it depends on the window.
But
Damn.
so maybe it's not quite a full 2-hour window then.
Well, and there must be something to that, because honestly, I was in like a 3-hour party, and after the 2-hour window should have been up, it did change, but some of us got some of us got one sturdy. No, I got most of sturdy. I don't remember. Sturdy and robust. So we would like go in and like some of us would get sturdy and some of us would get robust, and I didn't understand.
That's kind of
You
odd.
do get a random sturdy, even if it's not the window.
Yeah.
I had about 5 during random times. One of them actually tricked us because it timed it. The hour changed.
It's based on when you go in.
Yeah, it's when you go in.
We all got a sturdy, and then we thought, "Oh my god, there's the window changed." And then we did another one, and we got a sturdy, and we're like, "Oh my god, it's changed!" And then it went back to robust, and it just trolled us.
Well, Nayobari, honestly, a lot of party finders will do 2 healers, but usually one picks DPS only. But yeah, no, some of this farming stuff, and that's one issue with this game entirely, is
Path of least resistance.
Well, yes. Content designed for 2 tanks and 2 healers suddenly becomes 1 tank, 1 healer, all DPS.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
To push those phases, like we said.
And and that's I think that's an issue.
Yep, and then it's the players that discovered these things. So I mean, they're gonna find the fastest, most efficient way to do it, and they're gonna just beat the hell of it. We saw it with Diadem 1.0. Hopefully, Diadem 2 Electric Boogaloo gives us something a little bit better. But we're seeing the same pattern of stuff where they're gonna find out what the fastest way to get this. I mean, I don't know if there's much you can do on that.
Well, hopefully that's where Eureka steps in.
Yeah.
Because then you'll have an extra avenue for doing things.
Good point.
Well, there better be something to fucking heal, and there better be something to off tank then, because in my opinion, it's on the game designer's shoulder when people run their stuff with parties immediately. Zervan is 1 healer, 1 tank already, like on day 1. That's a designer issue. They did not balance it correctly then.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at Savage, most of those fights, there is something to off tank. So, I mean, it works out there. I mean, if you look at the original design for A1S, they had both obliterators. You had to tank them separately, and things like that. But yeah, I mean, once you get past certain points, you can just push right through it. And I was going to say there is currently a Reddit live thread that's kind of monitoring what is currently in bonus at this point. So we'll link that in the show notes after the show. Anybody else have anything they wanted to talk about for quality of life stuff? Because I'm still really digging into a lot of the other little stuff.
Can we talk about paintings?
Oh, the paintings. Yes, I haven't touched that yet.
I'm hearing a lot of mixed reviews on them.
I've
A
heard
lot of
people
mixed
like
reviews.
the frames that you have to make, but the paintings themselves I haven't heard anything about.
Price inflation is happening on them, as far as I know.
Oh, to get the frames?
Yeah. The fact that you have to get the frames, then also the painting.
Well, I think it's interesting that it gives crafting another purpose. Well, carpentry actually, but
I was going to say it looked like carpentry was king.
Yeah, well,
in
I mean,
3.5.
And 3.4. I mean, look at the aquariums.
Oh yeah, well, maybe that's why I specialized in carpentry.
Well, there was nothing else that needed carpentry anyway. Going on.
Orchestrions prior to that.
Yeah. 3.x is the carpentry king. Anyway, you were saying, Luna.
I don't know. I haven't really touched them either, but it's just the fact that people are doing the typical day after price inflation thing.
Yeah, it's new stuff. It's going to happen though. You know, the market will self heal and it'll get back to normal.
It'll adjust. I don't remember the last patch or two. Someone was like, I bought this $2 million item so I could craft some glamour gear. And I'm like, you're crazy. That shit will come down in price in 3 days.
Buy on the weekends, sell on the weekdays.
Yes.
Any other little quality of life things that you guys really enjoyed or want to talk about?
Can we talk about the Garo?
change?
Okay, two people were talking at once. I heard Garo and I heard Chili say something.
The duty finder change with the whole thing appearing at the side instead of having to look at it.
Oh,
I love that. I don't have to keep my window open to see.
Yes, that's nice.
How many people have showed up for that's good. That's good.
Good stuff, guys. Good stuff.
Oh yeah, we need to talk about the Garo event too.
Yep.
Yeah, but before that, I want to mention that so your settings for joining a party and progress and undersized and doing PvP as a freelancer. So that stuff is confusing at first. There's a learning curve, but once you learn what the icons look like, they are on that main screen. You just can't toggle them from your party finder on the main screen. And so they keep making icons for things instead of just giving me a checkbox. It was confusing for some people.
They just moved it a little bit, so just dig a little deeper. It's in the settings.
Yeah, it's there. But yeah, Garo event, go.
Well, I'm wearing the healer set from it. Well, kind of, partially.
Yeah, I got the healer, weapon and body and a couple other pieces. I'm not done yet. But this got me back into PvP, and I realized I love Frontlines, guys.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into it. I haven't had the time. I've been putting a lot more work into real life stuff, and I also did a little bit of back end stuff for the podcast, some changes in there. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to jump in and do some more streaming coming up soon, and maybe stream some Frontlines, some PvP, and get some of that going, so we can, make things a little more interesting on the Phoenix Down Radio Twitch channel here. So
Luna, did you PvP before this much or no?
Well, this is what I was just about to say. Before this, I would do the daily Frontline queue, and I would sit in queue for 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I would sit in queue for 2 hours, and then either I'd get kicked off or booted, or I accidentally summon my chocobo and suddenly it's gone.
Oh, that reminds me of something else we need to talk about, but go ahead.
That's the quality of life, yes.
Yep.
Yes.
But now I literally sit, I wait for 5 minutes max, and I'm in. And I'm in. And it's lovely. And the fact that I can be like, nope, let me be a freelancer. Here we go. And there's actually people doing it, which is the nice thing, too.
The only thing I wish is when I queue in as a freelancer, it would be... Now, I hate giant fucking script across my screen, but when I'm doing PvP as a freelancer, I wish it would say, your twin adders, your flames.
Yeah,
but
that
that's
would
all.
Be nice.
I spend like the first 30 seconds being like, what?
Who do I kill?
That reminds me, I was in a PvP match yesterday or something, And I'm running around. I'm standing at someone's base. I'm like, yeah, we're going to steal this base. I'm standing there for like 5 minutes. Like, why haven't we stolen this base yet, guys? I look up and I'm like, oh, it's our fucking base. Shit.
Oh, Luna.
Got that base, guys. I got it.
You got it. You're holding the base.
I'm holding it.
All the base belong
All
to
the base
Luna.
are belong to Luna.
Belong to Luna.
We're all a bunch of nerds.
Yes.
But yeah,
That's why
I
we podcast.
definitely want to jump into PvP again. Like I said, the last time we did PvP was when the Friday Night Fights were a thing.
Mm-hmm.
When Joe helped bring the Friday Night Fights over to Aether to do a little bit more of the it was Wolves Den stuff.
Yeah,
so that was kind of fun.
But Klaus, guess what?
What?
Every night fight now.
Every night fights.
I'm still not doing Wolf's Den.
Yeah, you and me both.
I know, right? Wolf's Den is so I've done front lines a lot lately as healer and as white mage and as black mage, and white mage just puts a giant fucking kill me sign on my back, which makes me crabby.
Yeah, Wolf's
No.
Den and the Feast put way too much pressure on me. But you know what? When I'm in front lines, fuck it.
Well, front lines as a DPS is awesome, especially if you've got a healer anywhere near you. As long as if you have like a general calling out, let's do this. I love that shit. I love when someone's like, let's gather together. They put down a marker and they're like, everybody go here, and do this and do that. And there's people, everybody has everybody wants to chase that one lone summoner that's taunting them. And honestly, you know what? They have all their friends behind them. So you just back off. Let them come to you.
Yeah,
And
when everyone's like,
Yeah.
don't feed.
Don't feed. Gather together. And I love that when they say gather together.
Yeah.
It starts making you think dun da da dun da dun da 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 da.
I'm like, let me get the rum, guys. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, that reminded me of the other quality of life change that we got. We can actually have our chocobos out.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't done it yet because I maxed my chocobo.
I haven't had to either.
Yeah,
Mine-
I still want to get a party together and then get everyone's chocobos out.
a party of summoners and scholars.
Madness.
Right? Yes, summer scholar party with chocobos. Just murder
Our
everything.
own alliance.
But by
let's
the
do
way,
it,
they
guys.
need to fix alliances. Okay, so somebody was like, in preparation for this, 3.5, I'm going to do an alliance thing on Party Finder, and it failed, I think. You cannot do alliances. Why can't this game do fucking alliances, guys?
I thought they
Yeah.
were going to fix that.
I thought they were
4.0
going to do. They said it
apparently.
forever and ever ago.
Like they
Why?
said, we're going to do that for Diadem and make
Well,
sure
yeah, and then look what happened to the diadem.
It died.
Well, but the party, even without the diadem, we were. Ruby, do you remember how many times we were sitting in our free company workshop with 3 parties, and it's like, are you in the party? I don't know. Are you in there?
For the airship, yeah.
Are you in the alliance? I don't know. Only the leaders see. They did this shit. Yeah, you can do a full pre-made, and that's what we were doing, but no one could see it but the leaders
Yeah, that's kind of sad.
for 30 seconds or whatever. Yeah, it's bullshit.
You can't leave the zone.
All right.
It's in DC. It's crazy.
So if you guys want to tell us what you thought of patch 3.5, no spoilers, you can feel free to email us, podcast@phoenixdownradio.com. You can tweet at us at phxdnradio, or you can post on our Facebook page, facebook.com/phoenixdownradio. So I had mentioned that Seyrr was going to have a special little thing, a surprise for you guys, because of our guests from Gather Together. Their free company is known as Nophica's Bosom. Is that correct?
Yeah. Very true.
We had been working on doing the lore behind the different gods, the pantheon of gods in 14, and I figured what better time to go ahead and talk about Nophica. So Seyrr, why don't you go ahead and enlighten them on their patron deity?
It's boobs, right? It's boobs.
Totally.
Yeah,
boobs.
milk this story for us.
Well, I mean, the boobs is an important part of it. Oh God, why are you sending me down this road to start?
Because things.
Here we go.
Because everyone is obsessed with boobs.
It's
I get
story
it. They're
time.
amazing. So yes, Nophica, the tender of soils, goddess of abundance, in the Lufan's collated history of the gods, she is the one who created the world's life. You had the gods emerging, and she was the one who actually said, like, hey, this world is boring. It's empty. There's no one to play with. And so she created the world's life to be companions for her. She's associated with the element of earth and with the 11th month. For us, the 11th month, November, is, at least in America, is when we have Thanksgiving. And just in general, you have sort of that autumnal season. You have the harvest this time when you're kind of the collected bounty and the recognition of all the gifts that the earth has given us.
Oh, no. It's also my birthday.
You see a connection here, Seyrr?
Does this mean that, like, granted by Nophica or secret avatar of Nophica or hang on, creating like 13 different headcanons to be switched with based on which ones amuse me. So anyways, in terms of her relations to the other 12, she is the daughter of Azema, the sun goddess, and Thaliak, the god of wisdom and who has the rivers in his portfolio. So I kind of like the whole association with the farming. You have this daughter of the sun and of the rivers, all these things that come together to form the plants that grow. She's not quite strictly an agricultural deity. It's just more of a growing in life in general, but agriculture does seem to be very strongly in her portfolio. She's also the younger sister of Limlayan. There doesn't seem to be as much direct connection there. And her rival is Halone, the war goddess, mostly because Nophica was very, very upset that Halone kept killing all of her creations.
This gave me pause through most of Heaven's Word. I'm like, Halone is these people's deity, and I'm
Why should we help these people?
Yeah, the only reason that the two aren't still warring to this day is because of the other gods created Naldfall so that there would be an underworld. So it's like, hey, at least when all of your creations get killed, they get to go somewhere afterwards. And Nophica was pretty much, fine, I guess.
And for a small fee, they can go in style. Just ask your local thaumaturge.
Well, you can't expect Naldfall to not turn a profit on this.
I did love that about their story.
What, do you turn into a Ferengi or something?
So I mean, those are a lot of the basics about her. Some of the really interesting things that I noticed. It's very common in a lot of Earth mythologies and religions for the goddess, pretty much always a goddess. I suppose there's no reason it couldn't be a god, but it's pretty much always a goddess of love, and the goddess of fertility are usually the same deity. Now, the fertility connection, I suppose, makes sense. Women are seen as sort of like the ones who are creating babies. They're the ones who bring forth children. They're the ones who bring forth new life. And so the man's role in this was not well understood until much later on. I'm digressing. But so for a lot of them, the one of love and of romance and the one of fertility are sort of one and the same. So you have like Venus and Aphrodite. Anyways, the fact that in the Eorzean 12 that these are two different deities, I thought was a really interesting thing. You have Nophica, who's handling the fertility, the abundance, the growth of new life, but then you have Menphina as the one who's in charge of romantic love. And it's kind of interesting. We've seen in a lot of different cases how Eorzeans have some surprisingly liberal attitudes towards love and romance. You have the entire thing, for instance, the Wanderer's Palace quest, where you have those two adventurers, both male, who find that they've run into issues with others, not because they're both male, but because they're of different races. And I do wonder if some of those more liberal attitudes towards romance are because romance and fertility are not necessarily seen as sort of, hey, this super, like you can love someone and be in love and have this romantic thing, and that's separate from who you're going to be making babies with.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I might be reaching with it, but
no, that's cool. I like that.
And if that is the case, then again, the issue with the, hey, mixing of the races, that may be something where, again, often you have issues of fertility. I know in a lot of the various animal kingdom, you have For instance, is it mules are horses interbred with donkeys? Was it, I believe?
Right.
Where you have like closely related but not the same one, and the offspring that they create are sterile. That this is something where if fertility is a concern, you could start to see this taboo on the mixing of races. But just hey, you have this love and romance, that's something that's okay, but not enough to overcome that concern about the fertility aspect. Might be reaching a little bit, but I thought it was an interesting aspect. Now, Nophica, of course, is the patron deity of Gridania, which seems like the obvious association. You've got the city-state that's in the forest that depends very much on the growth and bounty of the forest to provide for it. One of the things I like to highlight is whenever I'm thinking about Gridania, they, of course, do worship Nophica, and they do worship the 12, but they also have worship of the elementals, which kind of a very different beast, especially for those who did play 1.0, where the elementals were a lot stronger, a lot more active, and a lot more asshole-ish.
Oh yeah, they were total assholes. I remember 1.0, they're like, oh,
It's like,
you're assholes.
yeah, where they're like, oh, hey, you did something we don't like. We will mark you with woodson so the entire forest turns against you. Oh, hey, we have been not destroying your settlement, and it's time for you to pay us homage. Give us your children. One of my friends is convinced that the only reason that the Gridanians are trying to like nurture and revive the elementals at this point is some kind of Stockholm syndrome going on here. And so it's kind of interesting to see Nophica as this like embodiment of growth, nature, and bounty, as contrasted with the demands of the forest itself. At first you might think, oh, hey, it's all intertwined, but it kind of feels like one sort of symbolic of the things they get from it, and then the other is kind of the demands of the forest. It becomes a little bit more of this relationship of like I get really into this, and then I start actually losing the words for what I want for this. Sorry, give me a moment.
That's fine.
But I mean, especially since they do kind of have a interesting relationship, given that the Gridanians started off as the Gelmorans, as being this kind of like subsistence eking out underground. This whole having to make a living in the very harsh conditions in the caverns and the like underneath the forest, and then being allowed up into the forest, being allowed to live within it, seeing for the first time, and being able to get access to all of this growth, all of this flourishing, all of this life. This sort of becomes something that really defines their civilization.
Well, and I feel like Gridania gets this free pass for no one hates you, and it's like you're not right. It's like they had to pass the woodson, they had to pass the elementals. This is not a super peaceful area, and that's not really brought out in 2.0.
Yeah, I think they tried to soften that a little bit because it was really harsh, and I know there are definitely people who are saying, "Why are you appeasing these things? Like, why are you doing it? Like, these elementals are terrible. Why would you ever do what they say?" But it's given especially that the elementals themselves, they're coming in from the whole horrors of the 5th astral era, seeing how these people use terrible magic, we're kind of ripping the entire ethereal structure apart. It's in that light, it kind of looks a little bit more like, hey, neither of us really trust the other, but we're like, you can live here, but we're going to keep an eye on you because we remember what happened with Omdipori. We remember what happened with Mock. We don't know if you're going to do that again. So is it something where, hey, maybe this is a way to try to restrict them, to keep them from growing too powerful, or to remind them, hey, we don't want you doing that again? It's really something that, you're right, hasn't been really explored as much in 2.0, and I don't know if they just felt like maybe it was too harsh or they wanted to go with a different direction on it, but I would have liked to see that relationship explored a bit.
Well, and it's slightly explored super early on when the weapon is in the sacred stump or whatever, but they don't go anywhere with it. They're like, oh, all of a sudden treants are fighting you.
Yeah. And that
I
could be
think-
just as much ASEAN influence as anything else at that point.
Well, they
Yeah.
probably just really want to make the 3 city-states very friendly for
Yeah.
2.0, whereas 1.0 was the harsh world, harsh realities.
Yeah, definitely
Harsh game.
1.0 Old Al was a lot more of the hive of villainy aspect of it. And 1.0 definitely had hey, these people, like, they will cut your throat for your purse. Like, the merchants will absolutely destroy you. The wealthy will cast you down. And Limsa also was a lot more very lawless feeling to it before the Admiral tamed it. So yeah, that's kind of all around the 1.0 versions of the city-states were a lot less pleasant. And of course, I did want to make mention of the very famous oath that people make. They swear by Nophica's teats.
It's a thing.
Yep.
Boobs.
Yeah. I mean, like, they are kind of her most prominent aspect, both in the very obvious, let's all snicker about it for a bit, and also as the goddess of bounty, of abundance, of growth and new life. The breasts and the teats are seen as like this thing that brings forth this milk, that brings forth this nourishment. It's actually part of an interesting history of, and Koji talked about this a lot when talking about wanting to include the whole Thal's balls thing.
Balls.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, by the way, for those of you who are interested in this type of thing, I would like to recommend the book Holy Shit, A Brief History of Swearing. Absolutely great reference for talking about the various types of oaths and swear words and the like that people have used throughout history, the reasons behind it. Just a really amazing read all around. But swearing by God's body parts, really, I mean, like, when you're giving an oath to something, you're saying that it's like, oh, it's not just me who's saying this. Like, the power of this God's particular aspect is going to be binding me and, like, sort of giving strength to what I am promising to do.
So they go after the genitals?
Well, I mean, that's another famous one. The whole concept of, like, for instance, you may have heard before, the idea of like testifying comes from like testes. That's sort of like you're swearing by your balls. If you're wrong, maybe your balls get ripped off, sort of thing.
Ow.
I guess it's the strength of a man, whereas Nophica, the strength is in her bosom.
Yeah,
Nophica's
because she's this
bosom.
whole like nurturing deity.
Boobs
I
are
mean,
power, right, Luna?
I need my boobs.
What about Luna?
Boobs are power, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, I run a free company.
I'm not going to pretend that Yelta and I were deep scholars like you, Seyrr, and actually researched all these things before we decided on the name of Nophica's bosom. We
It
saw
sounded
an
good.
in-game poster with some big tatas on it, and we're like, that's the free company name for us.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it was we used to 1.0 Nophica's Wells. I know we would do the leaves there like nobody's business because you'd get like tons of experience, but I think
I remember mining out there a lot.
we were Gridania folks. We were always we loved the green, the lush. Our first free company house was in Gridania. It was a cute little home, and we just loved the aspects. We're both botanists. I think both of our main disciple of the land are botany, and it's both of our favorite gathering type. And botany, of course, has Nophica type abilities because, of course, it's about harvesting and the land. And it just was a big connection with us. And then, of course, I think it was the first image of a deity from Final Fantasy XIV was a poster. And I think it was a poster for the Twin Adders. It was used, it may have even been as far back as 1.0 that we had when they were showcasing the grand companies for the first time. And
hang on a sec.
Yeah,
I'm going
go
to
for
toss
it.
a link into the Discord chat because I believe I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah, that's the one. Exactly. So, and you have an image of Nophica and, of course, center frame, front and center are the bosoms. So,
Yep. I mean, that's one of the things when reading about all the various things with the history of swearing, especially in a pre-industrial society like that. It was not considered that obscene to be talking about sex or excrement or other things like that. Most of the peasantry, like the small folk, they lived in single room houses. Everyone saw everything. It's not like, oh, it's this big secret. Like, yes, everyone knows about the boobs. Everyone knows about, oh, you got this, like, about the Aurochs site or other things like that. It's like, it wasn't considered as scandalous to talk about it because it's right there.
Well, Nophica's bosom, honestly, was me, my sister, and Ruby. So we were 4 boobs to 2 balls.
Well, and what's funny about us too is we have titles within the free company that are related to boobs. Like Yelta, what's your title? You're the matronly bosom.
I'm the matronly bosom. I can't remember. Career was the best title, which I can't remember right now.
I'm the Grand Brazier.
Yeah, we have Boob Wrangler is our officers. Inverted nipples is our lowest rank.
Stories.
It's all about the boobs, guys. Naja, you would start out as inverted nipple and then move up the ranks, right? Till you got more boobage.
Yeah, I think you're like a tiny tot or something. I forget what the next. We're very mature on the Excalibur.
We're all 9-year-olds.
Yeah, but this kind of talk would not have been that out of place. That's one of the things that I think people see like, oh, they're doing all the swearing. They're just trying to be edgy. It's like, no, people would have actually talked that freely about it.
Well, and I think Koji did a post, right, about how people in this location would have hardworking normal folk, and they would have sworn and they would have cussed, and life would have been hard. So yeah, no, Thal's balls and Nophica's teats are totally valid.
Yeah. No, swearing by God's body parts, long tradition. One of the things I always like to mention when this comes up, the word zounds, that actually would have been like a vaguely blasphemous thing to say because that was God's wounds. You're swearing by God's wounds, and that got shortened into zounds over time.
Oh, I didn't know that. Zounds is God's wounds?
Yeah. So you swear by God's wounds or God's bones or other things like that. The Catholic Church found the entire thing kind of blasphemous, objected that this was sort of wrenching these things away from God. They had various takes on it over time, depending on exactly how the dogma was working. But they were not a huge fan of people swearing by the various parts of God. They kind of wanted to set it apart.
See, and I'm having this whole other thing going on because I'm anxiously awaiting the new Conan game, and like Crom is a god, and by Crom means nothing, honestly, because you don't want him to notice you. So calling out your gods is a big deal in games.
Like the idea that when you are invoking the gods, you are invoking this real deep and primal power, which I mean sometimes you want to do. Sometimes when you've just slipped and hit yourself with the hammer, it is hurting. Like actual brain studies, swearing actually does reduce the pain in a way that doing other things doesn't. Like the expression of emotion there. That is a real powerful thing, and that's why they felt that those words and those invocations of gods had real power.
By Railgar's armpit hair.
God, Frank's gonna zap you for that one.
Well,
though you could go for by his staff, because I mean you've got the mage's staff, plus it's a slightly cheeky reference to the penis.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
I've always just wanted to swear to God's armpit hair, maybe.
No, dick jokes. You always go for the dick jokes.
There we go.
You always go
Luna
to the dick joke.
Well, yeah.
Hey.
Oh, Yelta, you got no note in the chat.
Oh my God. I responded to a question. I'm a bad girl.
You have to ask Pinion Bot first.
It's turning dark in my mind really fast. I don't know.
Do I want to see what's going on in the chat?
No. I linked Conan Exiles as a Conan game about gods. It's like Ark, but Conan coming out soon.
Yeah, and the bot just stops links. That's all.
Oh yeah, but we get to advertise in our chat. You don't get to advertise in our chat.
Unless I let you
pay
advertise.
us.
Yeah, there you go. I like that. It's a good idea.
That's how this works. We provide ad space. It's like Google's entire business model. Can we be like Google? Can I have free lunch?
Well, we do have a as long as you make it.
I'm gonna go make some grilled cheese. Be right back.
Yeah, I'm gonna make stir fry. That sounds good.
Dibs.
All right. Was there anything else that you needed to go over with that, Seyrr? Or you
So, I
kind
mean,
of
I have some random scribbled notes about the Gelmoran Ascension, other things like that. But I think I covered everything I really wanted to.
we can maybe talk about the ancient societies in another one.
I only care about the Galmorian shards from
The pot shards.
House of the Dead, right? I need the shards for my tier 5 materia because I need to materia all the things. Also materia your shit because Jesus fucking Christ.
Seyrr covered the boobs.
We need to uncover them.
Don't
That's
worry.
a job for Hildebrand.
I made sure to do it thinly so that if you look carefully, you can still see.
It's sheer. It's sheer.
Side
You can still see the nipples. Please move on.
Well,
Yes, that would be the matron's bounty there. Thank you.
well, some of the awkwardness is kind of funny to experience. So anyway, we will move on though. There really wasn't much to go over with emails and comments this week. So shout outs. Who has shout outs? Let's start with our guests.
I don't know.
Anything amazing that you need to shout out?
To give the links, dude.
Give the links. Okay, I'll give the links. We're
Who are
shouting
you
out.
and why are you here?
We're shouting out our own show. So we are
Gathered together. GTFFXIV.com at GTFFXIV. Fuck, I'm drunk.
on Twitter. And that's us. We do a weekly show. We don't do the Twitter thing. We are a podcast, but we do upload our podcast weekly to our website, and that is correct as gtffxiv.com. So check us out. We should be recording again. I don't know if we are actually recording next Tuesday, if we're just going to give it a break and record the next week.
We're going to do it Tuesday. I don't care if I get
Tuesday?
fired. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Do the thing.
We're going
Do the thing.
balls to the wall.
Balls, and Nophica's teats.
By Nophica's teats. We're doing another podcast episode. So that's where you can find us. You can always follow us on Twitter, again, at GTFFXIV. You can follow myself on Twitter as well, at Rubicon Vale. And you can follow Yelta wherever
At
she
Yelta
goes.
Sumasu, YELTASUMASU. I can say it.
All right, thanks. Chili, you have any shout outs this week?
As always, I'd like a shout out to Samus Rageborn, aka Evolved Male, aka your girlfriend's favourite streamer on Twitch. And everyone else that's listening, thank you. Shout out to everyone.
Seyrr.
Shout out to the members of our free company, Phoenix Down, who were remarkably accommodating when I got bit by some kind of bug and decided that I needed to finish the level 6 ethereal wheel stand in a single night. It looks really, really good, guys, and we'll get some good buffs spinning up. It'll be awesome.
Woo. Luna?
Shout out to Gather Together for being on here and being our guests, and I miss you guys so much.
I love you.
We love
Dude,
you.
this cross-server party finder stuff is going down
see-
so soon.
Right?
Yep.
Oh
In-
God,
in
let's
real
bird
life,
farm.
I live
Let's
so
bird
close
farm.
to you. We need to hug.
Yes, I can like
Ooh.
throw stuff at you.
Plus
I wanna
also
watch.
bird farm. Plus also bird farm.
Yes, let's bird farm.
Yeah, need the bird
Um,
farm.
Don't say burb. I hate you.
Burb.
Burp.
Burp,
Oh,
burp,
God.
burp, burp, burp is a word.
Cross-server party fighter. Someone is looking for a super secret cross-server lover with
No.
please no dingle.
Oh, boy.
See, I avoid every fucking party that says burb because I'm like, fuck you.
But she
I'll
joins
keep that
all
in mind for the future. But no, shout out to everyone who helped me build the Paisa house. Yes, we are in a Paisa house right now, by the way.
God,
You're
it's
inside a giant python.
and awesome. I'm
It's
in
scary.
I felt a little uneasy just walking in.
No,
Right?
no, you didn't.
It was trying to steal my soul.
No, I did,
Trying.
but it felt good.
Mm.
So yeah, if you guys are ever on the Hyperion server, we're Goblet Ward 4, Plot 34. If you want to come check out the soul sapping Pisa house.
And it's totally sapping.
Its
the
eyes are
best
just
house.
so dead.
Look into them. Look into them, guys.
I don't want to.
Look, Seyrr.
Can I just
You can
be
stand on its
spectacles a
nose.
lot?
So
You can go stand on its
I just-
nose.
I'm just gonna spectacles a lot.
No, yeah, but no.
Oh god, I love that emote so much.
I need to finish that. I don't know.
Seyrr didn't hear what I said earlier.
No, he didn't.
Seyrr, do you want to hear what I said earlier?
Say it.
So Seyrr, don't kill me. Good thing you're in California right now, but with the Scholasticate quest, I literally skipped all the dialogue in it just to get the emote.
You're not gonna tell him.
See, I think the same thing.
Jerry.
They spent so much time building up that climax!
I
have
did.
no idea what
did
happened.
I don't
the
want to watch
same-
Schoolboy's
No,
climax.
see, I did. Ruby.
That's what you told me last night, Ruby.
I
10
What?
out of 10 would stare at the screen in disbelief again.
And this
Ruby,
is
I don't know what
why
we talk about, but that's the name of our next episode.
This is Phoenix Down Radio after dark.
dark.
God, I'm only after midnight. It's night. Oh my God, it's only 11:30. Talk more, guys.
It's not even 11:30. It's 10:30.
It's 10:30.
All right. Well, I want to shout out everybody who's watching us live on twitch.tv/Phoenix Down Radio, as well as everybody listening on the podcast. We will have it up soon. We appreciate everybody who listens to our podcast. Another shout out to, excuse me, another shout out to Fusion X and Gamerscape and Aetherite Radio for being awesome on getting everything set up with this, the content creators network that he's doing. So thank you again.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
It'll be really awesome. Hopefully we all see an uptick in people who are interested in our streams. I'm really down for this cross promotion that we've got. I mean, that's why I've got, I invited Yelta and Ruby to join us. We've had Fusion on the show in the past. We want to have other people on as well. So, I mean, that's something that we want to keep doing, is to get together with all the other different creators and have these fun conversations. Like I said, I really enjoy listening to your guys' show, and it's like I always want to come in and like say something, or
Speaking of a fusion,
he decided to step in and say hi, how's it going? Party time, woo! Celebrating 100 right there, right?
Oh god, it's getting all over the place.
Well,
don't worry.
at least Luna's got to take care of the cleaning bill. So, but anyway,
Dude,
thank you everybody.
I want to know what's soaked into these couches you're sitting on.
Oh god, oh god, oh god.
But thank you everybody for joining us tonight. We had a great time. Thank you for being our guests, Yelta and Ruby. We really do appreciate it. Remember, they are at gtffxiv.com. The show is gathered together, and it's a really good show, so check them out. So if you want to follow us on Twitch, we're at twitch.tv/PhoenixStarRadio. Our Twitter is at PHXDN Radio. Vox, where can you be found on Twitter?
Wow, he called me Vox.
I do it every once in a while.
If you guys want to follow me over on the Twitter, it's Luna_Vox. Simple as that.
Seyrr?
Just as my name sounds right here.
Yes.
All right, and for me, it's at FFXIV Seyrr. That's SEYRR. Follow me if you want to hear occasional musings about librarianship or see pictures of the really awesome croquettes that are the reason I was late.
Yeah.
They were worth it. I love you guys, but these were really good croquettes.
Yeah, I'm going to go
homemade.
make stir fry.
Are they yummy? Is that the
Yeah, like we did homemade
Invite me.
croquettes. Like,
bite me? Croquettes EX.
Chili?
You can contact me at chili_UK.
And I can be found at Klaus_FFXIV. That's Klaus with 2 S's. So, for our guests, Ruby and Yelta, for
BIRBS. Kappa.
not Chili, thank you. BIRBS, thank you. It's funny how it spelled it out, not saying burbs. So that's hilarious. Anyway, for our guests, Ruby and Yelta, for Seyrr Timono, for Chili, and for Luna Vox, I am Klaus Nightbringer, wishing everybody a wonderful evening. Thanks again for joining us. Take care.
Phoenix Down Radio is a production of PhoenixDownRadio.com and Illusion Productions. Final Fantasy XIV and Eorzea are trademarks of Square Enix. In-game content for Phoenix Down Radio is the copyright of Square Enix. Opening music for Phoenix Down Radio is provided by Guilty Gear Rock You. Check out the Metal Chocobo theme cover and many other music videos at youtube.com/Guilty Gear Rock You. Closing music for this episode is provided by Guitar Wanker 90. Please check out their full version of Matoya's Cave and other rock video game covers at youtube.com/Guitar Wanker 90. The views and opinions expressed in this episode are those of Phoenix Down Radio and its hosts and do not reflect the views of Square Enix.